India play a 2-match series at home against South Africa, who are playing against Pakistan these days. And the first test match will be played at the Eden Gardens. Let's take a look at the squads. South Africa first. In fact, let's take a look at India first. Here we go then. Rishabh Pant is back. Scored 90 odd, I think, against South Africa A. So he's there. Dhruv Jurel scored 100 today against South Africa A in Bangalore. Pant is back as well. That's the big piece of news.
The only thing here to look to for me is whether India want the sort of lower middle order batting and a bit of seam-up bowling from Nitish Reddy? Or do they say if Bumrah and Siraj are playing and we've got Kuldeep, Washington and Jadeja, we don't need a sixth bowling option. We'll instead play Dhruv Jurel as a batter.
Right.
And bat him at number 6. Then you have Jadeja 7, Washington 8, Kuldeep 9. So, I mean, it'd be hard on Jadeja to bat at 7, given that he's averaging, well above 50-60 as a batter.
Yeah.
But that could be one option, especially if it's a spin-friendly track. Then maybe you want that extra pedigree batting, which Dhruv Jurel will provide. But I don't know if some of you followed the second test match, Pakistan versus South Africa. The second test match, Pakistan was starting to build a template of creating a turning track and playing with 2 bowlers, Noman Ali and Sajid Khan. And they lost to Simon Harmer, Keshav Maharaj and Senuran Muthusamy.
Yeah.
India have to learn from that. You prepare a turner, there's 3 spinners in that side, 2 of whom can bat.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting to see what kind of track India give in Calcutta. What kind of track? The groundsman has a mind of his own there too. So he might well have saying, no, this is the kind of track I'll give you. So whatever. So actually, I don't mind groundsman for a test match.
Yeah.
I don't mind the curator saying, it's my pitch, this is a track I give you. That's how it's been for the last 50 years in Australian cricket. But it'll be interesting to see whether India ask for a turner or whether they're worried that South Africa are coming with 3-finger spinners. Who would have thought in the time of Pat Simcox, fast bowler turned spinner, that South Africa would come with 3 spin bowling options?
The focus, though, will be on the return of Mr. Box Office, Rishabh Pant. In fact, there was a big crowd outside that Bangalore New Academy Stadium only to watch Rishabh Pant. And his return augurs really well for this India side.
It augurs well for cricket in general because, again, Rishabh Pant has a simple characteristic about him. He puts bums on seats.
Yeah.
He's a kind of person who people want to go and watch. And games, it's very important to have players like that. Yeah. You know, the one thing I was thinking about though is that given the conditions, Eden Gardens is probably one of the most pace-friendly pitches in the country at this point in time. Would they be tempted to find a place for Akashdeep? That'll be interesting. And say that, okay, I'm not going to play Nitish Reddy, I go with Akashdeep. Bengal player, I play out here. Go with the third.
So you send a Kuldeep at 8 and say 3 spin, or you take away a spinner and play 3 quicks.
Yeah, I'm saying if Nitish Reddy is not there at all. And
it might be a peculiar situation where Bumrah, Akashdeep, Siraj, would they almost outscore? If you can see the South African squad, would they almost have more to offer on a seaming deck than South Africa with Rabada, Jansen and
Mulder?
Yeah, Mulder's sort of Mulder part-time. So what? Maybe they might be tempted to play Corbin Bosch.
Maybe probably
because Mulder's sort of medium pace. I look at this side, and it tells me that South Africa expect a certain kind of track.
I agree.
Since you mentioned Kolkata, is it the end of the road for Mohammad Siraj? No, for Mohammad Shami?
At this point in time, it looks really difficult for him to make a comeback. Had it been this would have been the home season, he could have tried to make a comeback. If he's not in consideration now, he's got 15 wickets in 3 Ranji Trophy matches, but whatever little I saw of him, I mean, he's still, the swing is there, the seam position and all is fantastic, but perhaps he's lost about 5-10 kilometers from where he was at his best. And I think right now in this very crowded Indian, talent pool, for him to make a position is difficult. I think
it's tough to say.
My gut feel is India go to New Zealand N26. If India had gone to New Zealand N25, I think Shami would have had a go.
Yeah.
But in these conditions, do you need Shami? Siraj is bowling very well. Bumrah is bowling very well. And after these 2 test matches, then India don't play a test match till next August. Because once these 2 test matches are done, India playing white ball cricket against South Africa, white ball cricket against New Zealand, T20 World Cup, IPL. It's not till Sri Lanka next August that India play another test match.
Yep.
And again in Sri Lanka, you get largely India kind of conditions.
Yeah.
So the next time you need a 3 or 4 seam bowling situation is when you go to New Zealand at the end of the year. Does Shami have it in him to keep going till end 26? I really hope he does, because don't forget, Shami is quite a tough guy. You don't survive all these years without being a tough guy.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I don't see the selectors picking him again.
For fans, very important to not be trigger happy and react to the odd piece of news or look at the scorecard and say, oh, he's taking wickets, so pick him.
Yeah, no.
Because you look at pace, you look at how he's running in and things like that as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, the selectors, had they done their job, they're probably having a chat with him also, saying that, okay, this is what we need in terms of fitness, this is what we need in terms of pace. Are you a part of our plans right now? Not right now, but if you can do this, maybe you'll come in. I think they are probably that top pool of 20-25 top Indian players. It's their responsibility to talk to them and try to explain to them where they stand in the selection committee's mind right now. And I think a lot of it has been done. I mean, Ajit has done a fair amount of that kind of communication with a lot of players as well.
I don't know what speed he's bowling at, because I've been seeing scorecards, the odd highlights that you see, but I've not been seeing whether he's back to bowling 135 plus consistently. If he's bowling 135 plus, then he's back to being the Shami that we know. So I don't have enough evidence to form a conclusion.
India perhaps scarred by that loss to New Zealand at home last year, which ensured that India didn't make it to the final. From a WTC scenario point of view, take a look at where India find themselves against the world test champion South Africa, who are at 5. And so important that India, don't lose their focus, and because a win in this series should pretty much bring them closer to that WTC final ticket, Joy.
Yeah, I think definitely these are very important matches for us. And I think we just need to, it's an opportunity to try and catch up with Australia, go over Sri Lanka, and they'll be looking to really press the accelerator in these 2 matches. And home conditions, but the interesting thing is that India has to win with their batting. Because I think bowling-wise, this Australian team is South African team is a very well-rounded side. It has fast bowlers to exploit all conditions. It has quality fast bowlers, Jansen and Rabada, quality fast bowlers, Maharaj and company, Simon Harmer, quality spinners. I think the batters will just have to give India
big go. That's why my gut feel is that Jurel will play as a batter. That's my gut feel.